Goalkeepers, your friends from KeeperStop.com with 5 ways to help your goalkeeper gloves last longer.
These things are an investment. You want to make sure that you're keeping them in good shape. Gloves that are clean last longer, they smell better, and they don't have to be replaced as often. So I think we should get right into number 1.
You want to wash your goalkeeper gloves. Whatever you put into the gloves, we have a tendency to spit on them. It could be dirt, it could be bacteria. You work hard, sweat, all right? You want to make sure whatever you put into the gloves, you take back out of the gloves. So whatever your calendar is, once a week, once every other week, I just get a lot of questions like, oh, you can wash goalkeeper gloves? That is a different video. Look at that for Keeper Stop on how to do it. But washing gloves is critical because anything you put into it, you want to take out. You have dirt eating the glove from inside out. You have bacteria that gets inside the backing material that eats the goalkeeper glove from inside out. So you want to take that out. So use a Royce glove wash. Use a glove glue, a low foaming detergent, no dyes, something that's not harsh on. You can't use shampoo. You can't use Palmolive. No offense to Palmolive or Johnson & Johnson.
Dish soap.
All right, you want to make sure that it's a low foaming detergent so that it pulls it out without damaging and drying out the latex further. So in the sink, you're done after practice once a week. Before your game on Sunday, wash it on Friday. Usually takes about 24, 48 hours to dry out, but a damp glove, which we'll talk about later, is good, so having it damp is fine. So in the sink, if your gloves are nasty, you worked hard during training, take them during the shower, and what you want to do is you basically put the soap on there, you scrub them together, you fill the goalkeeper glove up with water, you wring it out, and then you want to hang dry it so they drip out properly. No sun tanning lamps, no heat lamps.
No heat sources.
Don't breathe on them badly. Just let them dry naturally. I love a coat hanger. Just put them on, ready to go.
Number 2, proper use. Okay, putting the gloves on and off falls under proper use as far as I'm concerned. So when we put the glove on, take your time. Don't rush it. Don't rush putting your gloves on. It's just not worth the risk of ripping a seam or pulling off the wristband. Don't pull on this thing, whatever you do, because this is only attached by a couple of stitches on the side. Always use the wrist bandage, not the strap. Once the hand is in the glove properly, let's make sure we cover all the Velcro up. Velcro and latex do not mix. They are going to damage, well, the Velcro is going to damage the latex. There's no other way of putting it. Mixmaster Benjamin over here showing us why. So when the glove is on and it's on properly, it should fit nice and snug. There shouldn't be any Velcro showing so that you don't get damage on the other glove. When we're taking them off, use the pull tabs that you find on virtually all goalkeeper gloves now on the wrist bandage. So those Uhlsports have a pull tab as well.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah. So this is a plastic rubber tab. Just take that off, put the glove hand on your chest, grab it, the glove body, never the fingers. If we can avoid pulling on the fingers, especially on a roll finger glove with this seam here, we pull the body and we slide the arm out. We cover the the Velcro again, and you take the glove off and it's done, okay? We don't want to be messing around with the Velcro and the latex and pulling the gloves off by the fingers. It's only going to end up in a pulled seam, broken seam, and then tears and new gloves are needed. The other part of proper use is selecting a game glove for a game environment and a practice glove for a practice environment. Don't go and spend $200 on a G3 Fusion latex from Royce and then go and train in it for 3 hours on a turf field and expect it to be prim and proper for the next use, okay? Use the appropriate latex for the appropriate environment. That falls under proper use.
Let me hold on one second. Let me hold on.
3.
I wanted to get to set expectations. I'm going to say something about just you want, as Paul said, the right game glove is going to have soft latex, and that soft latex is contrary to durability. There's nothing wrong with the latex. You're buying a glove because of the grip. Yeah. So making 15 point blank breakaway saves puts a lot of stress on a game glove. So just to set your expectation. But some people have the budget or they really want to have that feel. So they'll use a game glove and a practice glove in the same environment and just rotate those gloves out. So you pick your strategy, but just because you buy a expensive glove or an inexpensive glove, it doesn't mean that they're gonna last because you've
spent more money.
Spend more money. Yeah. It really comes down to many different factors, which we'll go into later.
Number 3. This time, number 3.
I think that's my turn.
Sorry.
Preparation. So preparation is not going to the field and spitting on the gloves.
It's nasty.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
The tuna boat, hamburger helper, whatever you had, a tater tot could end up on your gloves. You want to make sure that it's just water. And how I do it is, whether it's a water cooler or your sink prior to leaving for practice, it's just literally move them under the water, turn on the water for 2 seconds. 1, 2. 2 is just a magic number that I pick that allows water to get onto the glove, but it doesn't turn your gloves into a sponge. So 1, 2, you make sure that water is on there. You can wrap them in a towel, which would be perfect, and then put them into your glove bag so that while you're going to practice, walking to practice, it allows that moisture, that dampness to get into the glove, which truly makes the latex stronger. A lot of all-weather latexes, you want to make sure you use them damp because it activates the tackiness and that resiliency in the latex in general. The second thing is, and we covered before, is don't spit on the gloves because again, that bacteria gets into the gloves and makes them smell bad. So if you can avoid it, don't spit. You can use a spray bottle. You want water if you can help it.
H2O.
Number 4.
Number 4, proper technique. Okay, a lot of
You're one to talk about proper
technique. I'm telling you, proper technique of putting the gloves on, that also comes into play. But as much as you don't want to hear it, proper technique means that if you have wear on your palm here, that's generally down to goalkeeping technique, not a fault of the goalkeeping glove. This soft latex is designed to impact absorption for the ball and gripping with the fingertips. So if you start to see wear on your fingertips up here, that's normal. That's great. That's where you want to see the wear. That shows good technique. If you see a lot of wear on the base of the palm or in the middle of the palm, generally that's come from you sliding your palm along the ground during a dive and save, or we're getting back up after a dive and save and it's in contact with the turf, or even worse, it's in contact with something that it shouldn't be, like the goalpost or the net or your socks when you're fixing things in the goal.
On it, pull-ups.
If you're trying to get stronger like Christian, like you want to make sure that this is not, you don't do this when you've got the gloves on, okay? So if you see wear on the palm, it's generally down to poor technique from the goalkeeper rather than an issue with the glove. Now I know that sounds harsh, but I just want to set expectations. I have goalkeeper gloves with wear on the palm, and I know that's come from me diving onto the turf or the grass. So again, if we can avoid making contact with the palm on the ground, the gloves will last longer.
It's inevitable. You're going to put your palms down to change direction or to stop yourself from diving in training or in games. We understand it's inevitable, but you have to also understand that it's a soft latex. It's held together by elasticated seams. So we are big bodies. A 100-pound big body is still a lot of pressure for the glove and for the seam. So you just want to make sure you're setting your expectations and using it in the proper environment. We're here to help you on that. One of the last things for me is going to be storage, and that is number 5. Number 5 and number 1 kind of go into each other, but we want to make sure after you're done, you take them off properly. Paul covered that. So we want to go ahead and put them in our goalkeeper glove bag. Keeper stop hazardous material. Make sure that nobody else touches it. Put them in, and now they're safe. You can put 2 pairs of gloves. May I borrow yours?
You can.
We can put 2 pairs of gloves.
You promise to store them correctly?
I will.
Okay, thank you.
I will not store them with the palms touching over a long period of time. But for now, it's okay. You put them in, and you put them in your duffel bag or whatever. And so now you have your goalkeeper gloves, which could be a little bit moist or nasty and smelly, and they're away from your school clothes or your books or but worse, your cleats or keys.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put your iPhone and your keys together. Don't put your gloves together with them.
It's a soft material, so it's anything sharp or abrasive comes into contact with it, it's going to damage it. So you want to make sure, as Christian said, they're stored appropriately away from those sharp objects in a handy dandy keeper stop glove bag.
And then back to 5.2 is wash the goalkeeper gloves when you're storing them over a long period of time.
Yeah, don't put
Season ends, maybe you go on spring break. You don't want that dirt, sweat, bacteria to really bake in the gloves. When you have your latex that's hard, it really means that you have foreign bodies that are in there that make the gloves start to harden, because again, that latex is a moist material. All that stuff dries it out. So you want to make sure you store them, wash them properly. All this stuff will help them last longer. A couple other just points that we want you guys to take away. Gloves are perishables. They're gonna last you based on your season, based on your playing conditions, based on the number of saves during a practice or a game. You know, there really isn't, a life expectancy of these gloves. I was like, I need a glove that's gonna last a long time, but has the best grip. It's like, I want a unicorn as a pet too, but I got my beautiful dogs. Yeah, exactly. But the reality is they are perishables. They will break down over time. You just have to set your expectations.
Yeah.
What about warranties? Do you love it when people ask about warranties?
Warranties, yeah, you get those with TVs, dishwashers. Goalkeeper gloves, they just don't come with a warranty because by nature the grip has to be soft and pliable, which counteracts durability. And again, if a popped stitch is a different story. That's a manufacturing defect. That shouldn't happen in the first couple of uses. But an abrasion on a latex palm, that could happen within the first couple of uses. Again, down to technique. It's not a fault of the glove. To get that level of grip that you want, you have to have a soft, pliable latex. Just counteracts durability. So warranties on latexes don't really exist.
It's a moving target. We're happy to help you. We're happy to help you set expectations. We do it all day, every day. At the end of the day, we're goalkeepers. If you have any questions on anything we spoke about, the strategies, how to wash the gloves, where to find that glove wash video, we are happy to help. Again, at the end of the day, we are goalkeepers. We've been through your pains. These are what we've utilized. And while we own keeperstop.com, we still treat our gloves like we have to pay for them. True. Even though our beautiful manufacturers do send them from time to test. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keep them coming. And so we want to make sure that we enjoy what we do and we appreciate the gloves, and not like a pro. Really what they do, they use them for a couple times. They're like, oh, sign them, give them to somebody. So we want to make sure that you have your gloves last as long as your budget needs. So any questions, we're here for you. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your family and friends, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents. We're happy to help answer any questions.